Hello and welcome to Typhoon HIL Control Center. Let's get you introduced to your new software and the main tools you can use. This video is designed to give you a gist of what Typhoon HIL Control Center can do for you. So the first thing you are going to see when you open up the software is the main window, which is simple, intuitive, and easy to use. So what do we have here in the main screen of the software? Here at the bottom of the main screen, you can check the current version of the software. In the top right corner, you can find information about your licenses, valid and expired, such as the serial number, valid until, days left, and you also have a place where you can read messages related to your support queries. Finally, at the bottom of this right window, you can find buttons that allow you to import or enter your license number. Next to the License button, you can find the Documentation Hub. By simply clicking on this button, you will get access to the documentation and all necessary information that will help you better understand the capabilities of the software. Documentation is split into 3 subcategories: user guides, technical notes, and API documentation. So let's check what it looks like. Let's open, for example, Typhoon HIL Schematic Editor library. Say you want to find out more about the component library. You can just click here and read more about the general properties of each component in the component library of Schematic Editor. Of course, you can see the list of main types of components that are available. In addition, there is also the Help button. By clicking it, Typhoon HIL Software Manual will open automatically. The Hardware Info button allows you to see information about your hardware devices, the connected devices, and all information about it. Right now, there aren't any devices connected to this PC, so this window is empty. However, if you have, for example, a HIL 402 device connected, it will be listed here, together with the product name, current configuration, the firmware release date, and the HIL device ID. The HIL device ID is only important if you have multiple parallel HIL devices. Okay, now, after the general introduction, you should get acquainted with the most important tools at your disposal. The first thing you can see is Schematic Editor. This is where you can build your models and compile them. After compilation is finished, you can open your model in HIL SCADA, which is this next tool in the toolchain. HIL SCADA allows you to run simulation on your HIL device or in the virtual HIL environment. Most importantly, HIL SCADA allows you to interact with the simulation in real time. Typhoon Test IDE is the place where you can write Python scripts to automate your tests and help you in day-to-day development practice. The tests are done by means of Typhoon HIL API, which is a set of Python functions that allow you to control the environment, load models, run them, and interact with them programmatically. Of course, you can use Typhoon Test IDE to control input variables and check outputs. In short, Typhoon Test IDE is a domain-specific testing tool for power electronics and power systems. Another interesting thing that Typhoon Test IDE provides is the API Wizard panel. This panel allows you to easily and quickly insert appropriate HIL API functions. The API Wizard pane interface is dynamically generated based on the loaded model. Finally, the last tool in this main toolchain is the Test Suite. Its main purpose is to allow you to run standardized qualification tests such as BDEW or UL1741, and to do it automatically. The Test Suite also automatically generates test reports for each test run. With this, you have become familiar with the main tools in the Typhoon HIL software toolchain. However, there are additional tools. Right below the main toolchain, you can see the plus icon. Simply by clicking it, you will get access to tools such as the Waveform Generator, the Signal Analyzer, Script Editor, Firmware Manager, as well as the Test and Calibration tool. So, let's first check the Waveform Generator. As you can see, you have the PV Waveform Generator. You can generate more than one PV model here: detailed, EN50530 compatible, or IV normalized. Down here, you can input some parameters and preview the generated PV curve and verify the results and behavior of the PV panel. You can then save it and import them afterwards when you are running your simulation. Finally, you also have a tab called the Source File Generator, where you can generate custom files that you can later also import into the simulation. Signal Analyzer is a tool you will use for visualization and analysis of signal data exported within Typhoon HIL software or dynamically imported from HIL SCADA. It shares the same visualization and signal analysis functionality with the Capture Scope HIL SCADA widget. After Signal Analyzer is opened, you will notice a similar startup screen as in HIL SCADA and Schematic Editor. The screen shows your recently imported signal data files. Signal Analyzer can also dynamically import data sent from HIL SCADA. Data can only be imported from Trace Graph and Capture Scope HIL SCADA widgets. It is also worth mentioning that important signals can be analyzed in more details, for example, by doing FFT analysis. With the script editor, you can write, open, and execute various automated testing scripts written in Python using appropriate Typhoon API libraries. You should bear in mind that Script Editor is primarily designed for running basic Python scripts. For doing Typhoon Test-based automated tests, Typhoon Test IDE is better suited. The Firmware Manager is the place where you go to update the firmware of your HIL device. This is also where you change the configuration of the HIL device. Right now, I don't have any HIL devices connected, and I'm not able to make any changes. But this is the place where you can update and change the configuration. As you can see by clicking on this icon, this application is the one you use to test and calibrate your HIL device using the HIL calibration card. Right now, we don't have any HIL devices connected, but when your HIL device is connected, details about it will be displayed in this window. When you click on the test button, only the I/O test procedure will run. However, if you click the test and calibrate button, you will run 3 processes: the I/O test procedure, the calibration procedure, and the verification procedure. So this was a brief general description of the main and additional tools in the Typhoon HIL Control Center toolchain. The aim of this first part was to introduce you to the features and capabilities that this software offers you. In the next videos, you will be going deeper into details about each tool, so let's start by introducing you to the Schematic Editor.